Friends, we have all, in one way or another, come under attack by the Holograders. Had it not been for the efforts of Princess Gloria and her friends, I doubt any of us would still have a country to call home.
You give me too much credit. Now, if what we have discovered is correct, the attack on Musa 3 years ago was the first act of aggression in the current campaign. As we are all aware, those who attacked my kingdom that day also stole the crystals. Fire, water, wind, and earth. The power of the cardinal elements resides within each of these sacred treasures. But they are more than mere vessels. They have a far greater purpose. They are the keys that keep a great evil locked away. Many years ago, my grandfather and 3 comrades fought that evil. The Knight's Nexus. Who, or even what it is, I do not know. But its unleashing brought a series of great calamities upon the land. The 4 brave warriors faced it, each blessed with the power of one of the crystals, and after a brutal battle, the Nexus was sealed away once more. But its evil is great. Too great for even the crystals to keep in check forever. Their power must be replenished every 200 years, lest they grow too weak. And doing so was my kingdom's sworn duty. We were charged with ensuring that the crystals remained powerful enough to keep the evil contained.
But then the crystals were stolen, and as their powers wane, the seal grows ever weaker.
Fortunately, upon examining the 3 crystals we recovered, I learned that some of their power still remains. The seal should hold for a little while longer. But if we do not act now, it is only a matter of time before the Knight's Nexus is unleashed. If we are to save the world, we must stand together. The bravery of one must be the bravery of all.
Halcyonia stands with you, Princess Gloria, as it always has.
As does Savalon. It is the least we can do, after all you have done for us.
I still can't quite believe my old pal's a hero of light. But I'm with you all the way, Elvis, just like I've always been. We'll teach Holograd to invade our homelands.
Then it is settled. We march to Holograd on your command, Princess Gloria.
Aye. I can't wait to get cracking some Holograder heads.
Long live the heroes of light!
Long live the heroes of light!
Long live the heroes of light!
Quite the rousing speech there, Princess Gloria. I'm pretty excited to go and take on Holograd, but first things first, party chat time. Something to be proud of. Halcyonia, Savalon, and Wiswald, 3 proud nations standing shoulder to shoulder. Holograd cannot prevail in the face of such power combined. Aye, this is big and no mistake. Alliances like this don't come along often. Indeed not. It is a testament to the gravity of Holograd's crimes. And a testament to your powers of persuasion, Gloria. Yeah, that speech you gave was incredible. It was pretty alright. I've heard more than one soldier talking about how proud they are now to be fighting alongside the Princess of Musa. And they're not the only ones. We're all proud to be with you on this. I don't think I've read anything about like this happening ever before. Just goes to show how much the whole world wants Adam's mad plans putting a stop to. Well, Musa may be gone, but at least now it has something to be proud of. All that remains is to fulfill my duty and ensure that the Alliance's efforts have not been in vain. Alright then, let's do this. Just 1 crystal to go. Holograd, here we come. Not quite, Adele. We've got one more party chat, and then trust me, we'll get into what we're doing today. Peace reigns once more. I'm assuming this is because we just wrapped up Halcyonia stuff. Alright, that's the trouble in Halcyonia cleared up. Yep, I wasn't sure how things would turn out when we first heard the place had been occupied. Well, I'll say this for Lonsdale's men. They're well trained. They started clearing out the second they got the order. I have to say, I admire the way soldiers just do what they're told. I certainly couldn't manage it. I know what you mean. So peace reigns in Halcyonia once more. King Vernon is a well-loved ruler. The kingdom will be back on its feet in no time, I'm sure. Aye, the locals must be in the mood for a wee celebration, don't you think? That a king's safe, the country's been liberated. Yeah, must be lively in the tavern right now. Ah, stop it. You know how much I love a party. But I'd better not. Not just now, anyway. What? You're turning down the chance to go buck wild at a tavern? It's called delayed gratification. The longer you put that drink off, the tastier it becomes. I don't know why I did the drink there. I rolled my R's there. So, no tavern for you until we've put a stop to Adam. Like, none at all? Exactly! None! Zero! Zilch! Waiting cold turkey probably isn't the best idea, Elvis, but you know what? You do you. Okay, so while Gloria gave that incredible, rousing speech, and I'm very hyped to go and invade Holograd right now, give them a taste of their own medicine, I do want to say real quick that there's new items for us here in the shop, which is very, very nice. I'm gonna grab one of these cross blades and give it to Adele, since the carving knife isn't really cutting it. Pun was not intended, but now I don't care. I'm going to claim that was intended. And then let's see here. Shigeru bow. I kind of want to grab one of these just to have it. And then there goes our 100,000 peak. Blind blade. Still not as good as the ice brand. I'm telling you, that weapon has come in handy. In terms of new gear, there's the Aegis shield. Lots of extra HP, lots of good defenses. Tactician's hat. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just buy maybe 2 of these. I don't know if they're actually going to come in handy, but I like to have extra gear. Pilgrims, no, that was the Armet. And then I don't see any new gear. The Calarsis, it's extra MP, which isn't that bad. Fluted armor. And then we've got some more accessories. Still no new forms of elemental talismans, but that's okay. Though, while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and buy 2 more lockets here that give us charm immunity. Because, right while we will be invading Holograd today in this episode, there are 2 things I want to take care of. 2 very important things. Well, okay, I'll be frank. Not very important, but something that I've wanted to cross off my list for a little bit, but haven't really gotten the chance to. And that is, there are 2 rare monsters that I want to fight, and hopefully obtain some decent rewards from them. Which, those are... There's one in Rheimdall, and then there's one in Savalon that I want to take on. And I have a strategy for both of them that will work pretty well. But first things first, let's go ahead and heal up. And then I'm going to change my build around a little bit to match the one I'm going to be taking down in Rheimdall. So I'll see you here in just a second. Okay, so I swapped Elvis over to Ranger because I'm going to want to level up Ranger on him for Counter Savvy, which is something that I'm going to be progressively doing on both Elvis and Gloria, since this is a passive ability that is going to be very useful for the rest of the game. We've already seen just how useful it is on Seth and Adele, and I'm going to want the entire team to have that. He's also going to be running the new Shigeto bow that we got, which is a really cool looking bow, if I do say so myself, though it does look a little top heavy. I don't know, I'm not a bow guy, but that seems like it's a little imbalanced, but I'm not going to pretend to be a professional. Now, everyone also has the Locket and Thunder Talisman equipped. This gives everyone a resistance to thunder magic and an immunity to charm, which is going to be very, very useful in this next encounter. So, with that set up, I will see you in Rheimdall. Okay, scratch that. So, this is another thing that I completely forgot in reading my notes. I got a little ahead of myself. You cannot actually leave Halcyonia right now. The army will not let me. So, I guess we're gonna go invade Holograd. This is 2 times in a row, very close together, where my notes have just been out of order, which is very unfortunate. First with the Vigintio dungeon, and now this. This is a little anticlimactic, but this is okay. We can use this time to build up Ranger on Elvis, which is perfectly okay. And let's keep Oracle on Gloria for right now. Let's see if we can get this at a bit higher level. I do plan to work on Bastion on Gloria pretty soon, so we'll swap her over, hopefully, in the next few episodes. If not, that's okay. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk to this guard here and start making our way to Holograd.
Your Highness, the Halcyonian and Savalonian forces are assembled. King Vernon and Prince Pollux await your orders. We shall create a large-scale diversion, as agreed. By engaging the enemy in combat, we hope to allow you to make your way into Holograd undetected. Good luck, Your Highness.
Okay, well, looks like we will not be the main force rushing into Holograd. We've got people doing that for us. We've opened up the backside of Halcyone here, which has some familiar enemies if you need to power up somehow. But we're going to be just making a straight beeline towards Holograd. Of course, we don't want to keep the army waiting, and they're not an infinite supply of soldiers, even if they are 3 nations comprised of them.
The Holograders are on the move, Your Highness.
Our plan has not changed. The vanguard will engage the enemy while slowly falling back. The bulk of our remaining forces will then advance on the enemy flanks, remaining vigilant in case of ambush. We must be patient and not lose sight of our main objective, to keep the Holograders occupied for as long as possible.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Is everything all right?
I am no battle commander. That was always my brother's calling.
You'll be fine. Everyone's behind you. Me and my friends included.
Thank you, Anihal. You do not know how much that means to me.
I'd better head for the battlefield. We've got an attack to organize.
Good luck, Anihal. And be careful.
Good to see old friends and allies coming together to help defend us. We can see the fight with the Wiswalders going up against the Holograders, with the Halcyonian army taking up the front there. Obviously, they are stationary targets, but we can see how much damage they're doing. Holy crap, it is a graveyard out there. They're creating an opening for us to go around the backside here. We can see that.
The Halcyonians are nothing but cowards. Weaklings who allowed their kingdom to be overrun. They will fall just as easily this time. Charge!
Cowards, Bold words. Though it is true that we allowed our realm to fall to another.
King Vernon.
But better that than condemn my people to war and needless bloodshed. To stand against a man such as Longsdale would have resulted in nothing less. We had no choice but to surrender. But I will never surrender to the likes of you. Animals who have no idea what it means to be responsible for the lives of others.
Your Majesty, the front line is in danger of crumbling. We must fall back and rejoin.
No, this is only the beginning. We stand and fight. And besides, what better diversion than an enemy almost overrun?
Here they come!
Like moths to the flame. Give your all, men. This is our moment. For Halcyonia!
You finally get to see King Vernon's sword prowess that we've heard all that talk about. And you get to see what makes him a truly gifted and good leader, leading the charge with his soldiers in the front lines himself.
Now's our chance! Let rip!
Hit confirmed! Enemy eliminated! And there's no one moving in to replace them!
Good work, everyone! Operation Muck Sweep successful. The soldiers guarding the city gates have been taken care of.
Thanks, pal. We owe you one.
We'll leave the rest to you lot, eh?
Aye. We'll take it from here. Put the drinks on ice for the victory feast.
Everyone, prepare to fall back. Time to join forces with the other armies and keep the pressure on. You can do it, Elvis.
There we go, we've got the backup from the Wiswald Wizards. Well, it is sort of enticing to take on some of these stronger enemies. Holy crap, we should probably not waste the time we've been given here and just try to sneak ourselves into Holograd as quickly as possible. We can see that it's very rainy and swampy here. Nope, the guards are busy. Let's get in here. the seat of the Empire. Welcome to Holograd.
So, we finally made it into Holograd, huh?
Come on, everyone. Let's go get that wind crystal.
Aye. There's a lot of people out there counting on us.
Indeed. Come along, everyone.
Now, if you were curious, Holograd does have, well, an inn, a weapon shop, and our friendly old lady that takes care of our boat here, which is very surprising. Normally, where you would be able to have a carriage is currently being occupied by a bunch of soldiers, so you're kind of stuck here. Stand together. Looks like the diversion worked like a treat. Holograd's being guarded by a skeleton crew. Still, we can't let our guard down. The place isn't completely deserted. I mean, okay, let's think on this for a second. We could technically pass ourselves off as the commanders of Holograd. We've got the asterisks of all three of them. I doubt the Holograders recognize us normally, so if we need to, we can just swap over to those and we'll be right as rain. It was one heck of a diversion, though, huh? The Wizards of Wiswald sure lived up to their reputation. Yeah, they blew them up. Aye, good old Roddy. Remind me to buy him a wee dram when this is all over. A drink? That's what you plan on saying, thanks? Alright, fine. 2 drams. It's good to see that not even a situation like this serious can change you. Lightens the mood a little, though, I guess. It's not just Roddy we need to thank. King Vernon and Prince Pollux played their part as well. Along with anyhow. Aye, absolutely. Who knew King Vernon was such a trooper, eh? He did a right number on those poor Holograders. Yeah, and Prince Pollux actually managed to convince the Council of Elders to send an army. The soldiers they sent fought bravely too. Heh. I'm not gonna leave on this point here. That can have been easy after all they've been through. Both kingdoms have suffered enough at the hands of Holograd to know that the cost of inaction was likely to be severe. And so they stand together, united in their desire to see Adam's wicked scheme brought to an end. We must honor the sacrifices made and ensure that our allies' efforts are not in vain. Come, everyone. Adam awaits. Well, my plans for this episode are slightly altered, but that does not change the fact that we are here in Holograd now. We can interact with some of these people. Holograd was once a very poor country. Our only natural resources were rocks and mud. But then the old king dug the first mines, and overnight, abundance of ore made us rich. And still we grow richer every day. And where his father made us rich, Lord Adam made us powerful. Our military is beyond compare. We owe our leaders a great deal. It's interesting to see. Holograd is only a recent superpower, with the abundance of mining being what has driven it to its extreme wealth and power. We can see that it is a very industrialized, perhaps to a fault, nation where we can see the air being polluted and clouded and everything being run on steam and smoke. It's a very different style of look, but I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just different. All Holograd's might is to be thrown into this battle. Even allying together will not save the other kingdoms, especially not the Lord Commander's secret trump card at our side. Victory is ours already. Well, that's obviously not a good sign for us. There are a few treasure chests for us here in Holograd. Amulets. We also had a crimson vest there earlier. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Water resistance. It's pretty decent. A striking lightweight scarlet singlet. It's a decent boost of damage as well. Instead of giving dark resistance, it gives water. Let's see about that, giving that to Adele, potentially? No, it lowers her speed by quite a bit. We want to keep that ninja garb on her. Let's give it to Seth, I think. Yeah, why not? I might have to adjust a few things around before we try to go after Adam, since our current setup was not actually built for him. We'll have to go over what I was thinking about tackling at a later date. We do have the Wyvern Spear here, which is interesting, which would be an interesting purchase, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for right now. If we try to go over here to the western end of Holograd, it is obviously covered by a bunch of soldiers, and we cannot actually go there. You can see that there's a soldier sitting down here, which is really neat, and a lot of wounded soldiers being taken care of by nurses and doctors. This is a real fight, even if it just very quickly happened. In terms of the expeditions, obviously we can go here and check it out. I don't see the reason for that since we completed that earlier. There's not really much else for us to see here in Holograd other than whatever is in this main building over here. However, I've thought about this for a little bit, and honestly speaking, I don't think there's really a good stopping point after this for me to reach. So, as much as I hate to do this on an episode that was really just mostly cutscenes, even if they are very important, I think I'm gonna call things here. Next time on Bravely Default 2, we're going to be heading into the whatever that main building is. It seems to be very important to Adam's plans, and seeing if we can't find the man himself, using the time that our armies have given us wisely. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.